Well, we're off to the waterfalls today. We're off to the
Plitvice or Plitvice Lakes.
Yeah, so it should be good. It's a beautiful morning. It's actually probably the coldest morning that we've had for a while. We've got the jumpers on and the mist is out. So beautiful.
It's so beautiful. We've got a nice little, probably 20-minute walk with this beautiful quiet road ahead of us.
Well, we'll show you when we get there.
So pretty. It's so pretty here.
Absolutely stunning. I mean,
we've only just started.
I mean, we're just saying, like, we absolutely love the Krka National Park, and they are different. So I'm not going to discount Krka. That was absolutely stunning,
completely different. Yeah.
Completely different. Yeah.
This is huge and beautiful colour of the water. Waterfalls are everywhere. The park is really cool.
It's a little bit too different to compare, and it's a bit early to name complete favourites just yet. But this is just beautiful here.
I think this is something you have to see to come to Croatia.
I think so. Like, look at this path we're on.
It's so
beautiful.
So that's where we bought tickets in there this morning, and there was no one waiting. And this is the line. What time is it, Chris?
12.
Now this is the lineup for tickets. So we had the most amazing time going to Plitvice or Plitvice National Park in Croatia. It is probably one of the most well-known sites in Croatia. It is absolutely stunning. Basically, it's a huge national park with lots and lots of beautiful lakes and waterfalls all throughout it.
I guess let's start at the beginning. So lots of people go there just for a day trip, which, don't get me wrong, I think if that's your option, definitely worth going.
Yeah,
but,
it's doable.
But we stayed there overnight, and not too far away, probably about a half an hour walk away from the national park.
Yeah, we stayed in a beautiful little village or town called Rastavaca.
Yeah, literally every building here is like the cutest little cottage home, or cottage, I guess that's the word.
It's like a little fairy tale. And it's literally right near the park, right near entrance 1, and it was the most beautiful, picturesque little it was just really one road, but it was so pretty and it was well worth it, and that almost became, it added so much to the whole experience for us being able to stay there.
Definitely recommend. It's a really peaceful area and you get to see a different side again to Croatia. You get there as early as you can, really. We actually tried to get there when it opened, but we slept in a little bit.
Yeah, but I think we only got there like half an hour after.
Yeah. Well, that was probably the best thing I could say, because literally even probably half an hour after then, the foot traffic started getting more and more and more, and then by 9 o'clock there was buses turning up.
Yeah. Well, when we got there to get our tickets, we couldn't even find the ticket office because there was no one lining up for tickets. So we had to like look around and try and figure out where it was, and by the time we finished, there was a giant line to the ticket booth. So it just shows it really is worthwhile going earlier, and I think it is the type of place that you really enjoy more when it's peaceful and quiet.
It's a really serene place, and it's a really beautiful place. So the more time that you can literally just spend with no one in front or behind you, well, for us anyway, that's definitely what we love the most about it, is when we had it all to ourselves in a way.
And time to take photos and not rushing, because there's lots of people waiting for the same photo.
You'll take a lot of photos.
Yeah. So when we were doing it, there was a few other people around us at the start, but you had so much space to yourself that you could barely notice them. We started at the main entry 1. You can start at the other entry, but I liked the way we did it. We started at entry 1, and there was only a few other people around us for sort of the first half.
One thing I will say is, what sort of separated us from a couple of those people at the beginning is probably only about 5 minutes or so into the walk, there's a bat cave. A group of people that was around us all went into the bat cave first. You can get into the bat cave at the end if that's something that you want to do.
Yeah.
So you don't need to, I guess, lose your lead, if you will, by going into the bat cave at the beginning. You can go in at the end too. So bear that in mind if you're tossing it up or not.
Yeah. But I would say don't forget to sort of, there's a point where you can sort of go backwards to see the big waterfall. Definitely do that. You don't have another opportunity to come back to that, so definitely turn and go to the big waterfall, and then you literally just turn and come back to where you turned off. So the lower lakes is where we started, and that was so beautiful. Yeah. It was, I don't know, it's probably my favourite area of the whole thing.
When it comes to the lakes and the waterfall, definitely
the colour of the water.
Yeah, it was really beautiful down the lower lakes.
Yeah. We did Trail C, by the way, so this is what Trail C looks like. There's so many other trails you can pick from, and they will be a little bit different again, longer, shorter, different routes. But for Trail C, this is what we did, and we loved it. We then got on a little boat, which is all included in your ticket, to take us to the upper lakes. And how long do you reckon the boat trip would have been?
Not too long, maybe 15 minutes. Well, then we got off at the next stage of the walk.
Like the upper lakes, I think.
So is that officially the upper lakes?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Well, that was still really beautiful too, actually. They are both just as beautiful, just slightly different.
Yeah, really different, I think.
Well, there was still a lot of waterfalls and a lot of that bluey water and stuff like that, but it's just a different feel, I guess.
Yeah.
There's I think it was a bit more extreme in the lower lakes. There was bigger waterfalls that were more powerful,
bigger
but
lakes.
Then there was a lot more like still as well.
Yeah.
Whilst the upper lakes was sort of an in between.
Yeah, they were both beautiful, just really different. It was busier by the time we got to the upper lakes, because obviously people can start from that end as well, so it was definitely busier, but still fine. At the end of Trail C, you can get on a train, which is kind of like
more like not a bus, but transport
back to almost the start. So it's going to take you back to the start. You still have a bit of a way to walk, not too far.
Well, but that part of the walk, you'll see lots of photos on Instagram of the lakes. One of the more popular advantages, I guess, is on that last little section if you go the way that we went.
Yeah, so you can get some beautiful photos of really up high looking down over the lower lakes right at the end if you do Trail C. And then you basically walk back to the beginning where you started, and that probably took us about 3 hours.
The whole lot, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'd say we could have gone slower, but it's that thing where like in our mind we were sort of like, we don't want to go so slow that we end up walking around in such a crowded area. So we kind of kept our pace up a little bit because we just loved having the space around us and no one around. So basically it took us about 3 hours. I think you could take it quicker if you wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend that.
I wouldn't recommend
No.
any less than 3 hours.
But you could also take it a bit slower if you want to take more pictures or just sit and take it all in. It's really, really beautiful.
If you can bring your own food and spend a bit more time actually in the national park, and you can eat your snacks and your lunch or whatever you can bring.
And then there is sort of 1 or 2 restaurants at the entrance, but really they didn't have much variety or anything like that, so they're just kind of like a backup, I'd say. So if you can bring your own food, even if you're staying in accommodation overnight and stuff, try and pack a little bit so you can have something for dinner and that sort of thing as well. That's sort of all you probably need to know about visiting Plitvice. You can buy your tickets there, that's fine. I think the main thing to take away is that get there as early as you can, and if possible try and stay at least 1 or 2 nights in the surrounding area. 1 would probably be fine, unless you wanted to just take it really slow and enjoy your afternoon after you finish at Plitvice.
I really like spending 2 nights there.
I loved it.
But yeah, 1 night, you could do 1 night.
You could do 1 night. If you were to do 1 night, I would do it the night before you do Plitvice, so you can get there as early as possible. Just to clarify, so it's about 4.5 hours on a bus from Split, and it's about 2.5 hours on a bus from Zagreb.
Yeah.
So an easier day trip from Zagreb than Split, and I think that's often why some people choose Krka National Park when they're staying in Split. But again, we're going to do a little video saying how would you choose between Krka or Plitvice, and we will link to that below.
I'm standing outside